Ayo. So I just finished streaming on my main channel around 25 minutes ago. But basically, immediately felt like I wanted to keep going. But decided to jump over here onto this channel and just do some chill chess. But I will spend the first few minutes, no one's listening anyway, to just rant a little. Or just share my feelings, some of the feelings I've had on my main channel, and the streams there. So what I do there is more study like streams, in which I just pick a topic and then educate myself on it by watching videos on YouTube and taking notes. And I've only done a few streams so far, and I really enjoyed them. But just now, after I finished streaming, I actually sat down and did a little meditation session, as I do every day, and arrived at the conclusion that I feel a little bit guilty about the way I've structured those streams so far. Specifically the fact that I essentially feel like I'm leeching off other people's content. For instance, I wanted to learn about Togo today, so I opened up that Geography Now video and learned about Togo right by watching the entire video, but also opening like the Wikipedia page and a few other things that popped up. But I still feel guilty because Geography Now is a real channel where Paul Barbs put a lot of effort. Or rather, I don't think Barbs is his family name. I should say Paul, aka Barbs, put a lot of effort into it, as well as I'm guessing his team, and all the other like co-hosts. A lot of effort, research, resources, time, love. Whereas all I did was click on the video and let that content play. So I've realized that what I need to do more in the future is leech less. So I thought what I could do was I'm gonna stop playing entire videos. I'll still quote unquote react to videos, but I'll be more selective and just react to little excerpts and then shout out the original channel, the work that's been put into it, and mention the fact that if any potential viewers, want to find out more about specific segments, they should watch the original video. And maybe put a link in the description as well. This so far is what I plan on doing for streams. I'm not talking about any edited videos that I'm going to put together. I'm just talking about streams. I would still like to keep my streams as streamlined as possible, because I feel like if I change that, let me scroll down so there's a view of this game. If I change that, if I increase the prep that I need to put into a video by too much, I just may stream less frequently, and that's definitely not what I want now. I just want to get my reps in, so to speak. So yeah, just wanted to start off with that. little rant. Maybe I'll think of a few more things to say. But anyway, back on this channel, so far we're doing chess. The thumbnail is really bad. But I'm kind of fine with that because it should show also some growth. I'm sure I'll get better at creating thumbnails. But for now, come on, it's like funny in how bad it is. Very much like the title of the stream, Ooga Booga Chess. The thumbnail is also very Ooga Booga. I just went on Canva and pasted like 2 chess figures and like another like a cyclops. Just picked out a font, wrote some things. Anyway, in the future I'm also gonna have like a video cam and everything. For now I can't do that because of technical reasons. Anyway though, let's actually, whoops. Let's actually bookmark youtube.com real quick, just so I have it in this new profile. Yeah. These are not videos I watch. This is a brand new channel. Also, this is not my personal YouTube channel. This one's reserved for streaming solely. And let's play some anonymous 5-3 chess. I think I'm okay with 5-3 because it still feels fairly slow. But I may also in the future jump into one of these 2 time controls. But I thought of just doing a bit of 5-3. And the goal with white is to play e4. Okay, so we faced this last time. This was like the Alekhine, right? I don't know theory. I feel like this is theory, but I think this is the move I liked just because it's the most like pesky. And now, oh wait, the pawn is protected. So let's just, should we kick it again? And then the knight hops here. How can we annoy it a 3rd time? I don't want to necessarily overextend. Okay, let's maybe push this pawn now. So I will not interrupt my games, but at the end of games, I will go to YouTube and just look up ideas, because that's basically the only way I ever improved the chess. Just looking up ideas and specific openings and trying to learn a few moves. So maybe this time actually I will look up an Alekhine video. Okay, let's protect these 2 pawns. If takes, I think I'll take with the knight, like so. With this video, oh my god, what am I even saying? With this move, streamer brain. This is an option. This is another option. I don't know what's good or bad. So maybe let's just do this. Keep it kind of simple. If takes, I still want to take with the knight, but then I do lose this pawn. That is an interesting move. It's a move you sometimes see in the Caro Khan, but definitely didn't expect it. I think I'm happy taking and doubling these pawns, which isn't terrible for black, but it does limit black a little. Limits them like somewhat. So I'm guessing they want to like put the rook here, have an open lane of attack, or line of attack, lane of attack. Should we just hop a knight somewhere? I could myself maybe castle queenside. I could take. I could move my bishop here maybe. Let's do this. Back this pawn. can't be challenged by a G file pawn. Oh, kind of forgot about this guy. Do I have anything like this? I may actually. So that didn't work a move ago, but it may work now. So I could protect this pawn like so. Maybe we should play the slower time control. We could also just protect it like so or like so. Let's maybe go for this option. With like all of this, our queens are now not looking at each other. Okay. Taking looks interesting, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. Should we develop the knight? Let's develop the knight, stay a little bit flexible. They are going for this. Okay, since their king is in the center, I feel like I should also do something. But I don't know if it's worth protecting this pawn. It probably is. Just protect like so. And then my king will also be in the middle, but hopefully we can gain some advantage somewhere here. I'm super low on the clock, but oh well. Oh well. Okay, how do I want to take back? Maybe even like this. Now I can castle maybe. And at least have a bit more control here. Another option could be this. But then the queen will likely go here. Should we start with this move maybe? I don't think black wants to take twice. Just limiting some of... Okay, I think that's kind of reasonable. If they castle, their rook also goes here. So I think I'll take like this. Okay, should we play this move now? Oh, I just realized that they just take twice. So that was a blunder. Whoops. That was pretty bad because I lost material. Also, my rook is pinned. And they're quick to capitalize. Very quick to capitalize. Yeah, no, I'm not too worried about time. 3 seconds of increment. Like once you just speed up a little bit, you gain your time back so quickly. Okay, so they're going after pawns. Reasonable. I guess let's unpin. And hope we somehow survive. Well, I guess I could try this. Maybe here for black. I think oh yeah, I didn't even see that. Well. I think we resign. I think that's the most reasonable thing to do. That's for a rematch. Okay, so with black, Caro, I don't have to think as much at playing the Caro just because I've played it so many times. I don't usually go here. I usually stay here. I like to challenge this bishop. Just simplify. Sometimes I play here, but now that there's no bishop, I don't think this move makes that much sense. I'm moving here now because there isn't a pin on the queen. They go for this anyway. I'll just go back. We might also do a longer stream today. I've only done like hour-ish streams in the past, like hour 15. But we'll see. Maybe we won't. Don't want to get ahead of myself. I could just move here. Prevent the knight from hopping in. So we might do that. This is an option now for both pieces. But the knight can always go back. So we can sit on it. They can't push this immediately. Okay, they go for the pin again, as they went for the last game. But let's just castle and get out of the pin. Okay, they're simplifying. Oh, that's kind of clever what they did. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Go and win the bishop. They choose not to. Yeah, maybe because my bishop doesn't have any like good squares. Because here they can push and no other squares available. And I don't want to push this now. So maybe I should have done this earlier just to have this retreat square. Because I don't necessarily want to do this, although it wouldn't be awful. But maybe just force the issue. This actually doesn't seem that bad. The only thing after this is that I have a weak e-pawn, which might be decisive. So let's just do this and... Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, no, but I guess well played. I think I'll do it anyway, though. Yeah, okay, so my bishop might actually be trapped, and I don't have this intermezzo check. So I think I have to go here to keep an eye on this square. And I believe now it doesn't get trapped. Okay, maybe I can now move my bishop out. I may absolutely just have to. Yeah, I missed this again as well. Bit unfortunate. Can we like get out somehow like this? I don't like it because I'm giving away a lot of like tempi. Way too many tempi. Black can just build and build. Yeah, I'm not really controlling the game. White is fully controlling the game. Did I say black before? They're controlling the game entirely. So this move I don't love. I'll have to play here. This move I'll have to take. How do we do this? Can we move a rook? Also after this, I don't want the queen ending up here, but I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do about it. Yeah, it's really getting a bit hard. And if I bring my queen like here, they'll play here anyway. My queen's a bit dumb like here. Maybe after this I can go for the queen trade. So they advance, they play f6. I play queen here. And they take my g-pawn. but at least we get the queen trade. And I can also move my rook. Maybe that's the lesser evil. I know I'm worse. Because I don't think I can hold like too long just because of this like mounting pressure. Let's just try it. But they may also move their queen. Oh, how nice would it be to have a dark squared bishop? The dream if this was Bug House. Or is it Crazy House? One of those two. Okay, if they win, I won't ask for a rematch because I've done this before. And I got pummeled like a million times. And do we take first? I suppose we don't have to. Maybe this at some point. The knight can hop here, but there are no immediate threats. Wait, so if take... Guess let's get the bishop out of the way, maybe. What's a useful diagonal? Maybe just this one. I suppose we take... Let's go here, they'll likely block. Okay, so my rook is attacked twice. I could defend it like so. Looks alright. If here, I'll have to take. Yeah, this endgame is kind of hard to evaluate. It depends, I think, on this. And then this endgame, I like, I didn't even have time to think about this endgame. Yeah, they're putting their pawns on dark squares, which makes sense. Guess let's bring my king somewhere. I'd love for their king to move to I guess we have to go here. But then this pawn's forever targeted. Love this. Here, knight can hop. Yeah, too many. Maybe we will have to play here. And if so, something like this. Let's try it. Let's maybe go here. Move my king somewhere. Somewhere in the vicinity of those pawns. Darn, I kind of missed this, but... Oh, whoops. Almost spilled my tea. Yeah, this wasn't great by me. Can I gain a tempo like this, maybe? So my king's, for the moment, is still here. Maybe we take back with the bishop. I just don't want to give white these passed pawns. Okay, let's keep going this way. White might be able to break through, yeah, especially after this. But And if they are, I also have no time. If white's able to break through, I'm lost, obviously. Oh yeah, there we go. Now I am lost. Because we're gonna have to give up my bishop. Oh, I should have gone for this pawn. Yeah, that was a blunder. Okay, let's take this pawn. Yeah. So I did blunder this. Is there any way I can still stop this pawn? Yeah, I'm out of time. Okay, well, GG to my opponent. And let's move on. Next game. Don't want. Oh. It's gonna look up like the Alekhine, I guess. I'm not gonna look up the Caro. Okay, D4. Against D4, I'll try to go for the Nimzo. And if they don't allow the Nimzo by playing like the London, I think I recently started playing this, but though I'm not very familiar with it, so maybe we'll look stuff up. The idea is just to make black commit to something here, something like this or this or this, and just disrupt, sorry, not black, white, disrupt white a little bit, and make them commit to something. Yeah. Just mess with their plans a bit. The only problem is, this is the only part of the opening I remember. So at some point, I think we go for like a pin. I'm just not sure what to do with this dark square bishop. Oh yeah, no, so usually with the bishop like here, right, we kind of attack it like this. I think that was one of the ideas. But now that they've gone all the way back, I don't even know what's happening. Okay. I guess we're not going for a pin anymore. Let's maybe get the bishop out, just because, like, surely you'd want to. And then, I don't know, e-pawn somewhere. And move the rest of the pieces. Maybe develop this knight, hint at long castle. Chess streams are definitely more chill than study streams. Because you don't have to cover as broad a topic. Like, there are only a few keywords in chess. Whereas a topic like, I don't know, Togo, there are definitely a few more. Okay, so maybe they want to go here so they can develop their bishop. Question is, what do I want to do with my bishop? Do we want to go for this? Well, we kind of can. So maybe we should. Sure. Let's do it. Because I didn't really like this idea that much. It always feels awkward fianchettoing when your other bishop is right there and can be easily targeted. We could take with the knight. Yeah, so in situations like this, I have absolutely no idea what's better. But maybe now we can, if they don't play this, we can move our bishop here. And if not, we can still castle both ways. And then just get this bishop here, maybe castle short. Though we do want a rook here. Curious what white will do. I mean, this square is covered for now. Should we castle long? and kind of gain a tempo on the queen. Doesn't seem awful. It does feel like I have a bit of initiative. So maybe I should utilize it. So I'm a d4 player by heart, so the word initiative means nothing to me. d4 players don't couldn't use initiative to win a game to save their life. d4 players only know slow positional chess. Which is why we're doing this. The goal is to grow and learn and step out of my comfort zone. It's nice to also be up on time for once. So now they don't want to move their queen here because they wanted to move the bishop. I think that's what's going through their head. So they may fianchetto, but played like this first. Interesting. Yeah. So with this discovered attack, I guess I could like hop in here, right? At least gain control over that square. I don't see anything else like immediate that I can do. I mean, I could play a bit Ooga Booga inspired chess and just make a one move threat. But the bishop can go back. And I don't really see what I've achieved. I could connect the rooks, but right now I think I'll go for this. Expecting this. I mean, that could also be an option, though I'm guessing not. So just expecting this move. Oh, okay, interesting. Interesting, but I don't think I mind working with a pin. So we could hop in immediately. And maybe we should. There's also this move at some point. No, there isn't. Okay. Maybe a little afterward. Let's hop in, since I am controlling the square given this pin. And just hope that my pieces land on good squares. Yeah, with the knight. Okay, that's clever enough. Good sack. Not sure. That gives me everything I like. If only we could do something clever. With the queen. Could we sack here in the middle? On e3? Because here they might push their b pawn to b4. But then, like, if they do that immediately, I think I'll sack. But if they capture my knight with one of their minor pieces, I can capture back and then b4. Guess I'll just move my bishop back. Should have gone for a pawn storm too. Maybe a move like this. Yeah, I just don't think this idea works immediately. So let's push a pawn and hope it will prove dividends a bit later. We may have jumped into stuff too early without building up my position. But like, come on, what do you expect from me? This is Ooga Booga chess. Ooga Booga chess. Can we gain this tempo? Can we Yeah, that's a good move. I don't really see the right continuation. So what do I do after this? Oh, and it's a check. That's even worse. Because I lose my knight. And I don't even know if I want to do this. Yeah, this did not work out. Down a bishop. This did not work out. Maybe they forget this pawn is guarded. Oh no, I don't want to simplify. Get away. This pawn is definitely not guarded. Oh, I ran out of time. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was a good game though. Let's ask for a rematch. Okay, so we're playing e4. Let's play this, and then let's play the Ponziani and go for this stuff. And hopefully they bring out their second knight, because that's the only theory I know. I guess there's this. If they played this, that's kind of the more slow approach. And I don't love it. Okay, so this stuff they often take. If this check, just either piece works here. Okay. Maybe we can work up like an attack this game. Bishop where? Let's try here. Maybe just castle. Can we go for this straight away? Let's do it. While the knight's undeveloped. If takes, I guess I should go for the pin. I just think that's stronger than taking back. They need to do something about this pawn, so they may have to go into that. Although I suppose that's a move also. Yeah, that might be better. Although, do I have a fork then? If takes, they may have to take like this again to avoid the pin. Yeah, we might enter this line. Maybe also I can take first. Okay. I've got to forget that calculation. Focus on this one. Maybe if this, I could even like entertain this move. Well, this could also be a move at some point. Okay, how do we take? I'm thinking rook. Also, we don't have to take. We could develop the queen or double pin. Both moves look kind of interesting. Kind of not terrible. I may like this move just a bit more, although then the knight comes with tempo. Oh, but I can't take because of this pin, right? Sorry, because of this pin. Let's go for it. Oh, and of this. Queen somewhere. Maybe here. Or here. And then if this move now, maybe we take with the rook. Can also always take with the pawn, but I don't think that's the strongest. I think we gotta work on the pin. So if this, guess we just go back. Okay, should we take? I guess so. So they can develop now. Does this make any sense? I don't think it does. Should we maybe move this rook here? Just go for this b file. At some point I do need to watch out for my king. And then if I do retreat this, black will need to think of something here. Maybe just this. Could also go here, go after this pawn, but that should do it. what to do with my bishop. Okay, let's go here for the minute. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Let's get the bishop here, I suppose. This looks like a decent diagonal. Just gotta watch out for this and this. I feel you. Maybe now we... So the nice thing is they don't necessarily want to move their king. Not now, at least. So maybe we go for this here. Stay on the light square, so maybe my bishop has a bit more room. Expecting something here. But I could even triple on this file. And I also have clock pressure. Okay. Let's triple. And then maybe hop over here. Just this covered attack. I suppose we take here. Okay, we definitely take here and win the queen. It's very that worked out for us. I think they had the right idea, but just did things in the wrong order. Okay, and they left. But at least we didn't get any forfeits. So it's nice to get my first win of the day after 3 games, 4 games. We lost 2, and then we lost the third one. Yeah, after this is the 4th game. Anyway, I will be right back. I need to create like a scene with the words "be right back" in the future, so I can just switch to that scene. Yeah. Okay, be right back. Okay. Let's see. Before I jump into another game, let us just maybe think a little about the openings we faced. what is most urgent for us in terms of ideas? I feel like I did very well out of this opening. Should we look at the Alekhine? I don't think that's an opening I ever looked at. How to beat the Alekhine. We've got, let's see, we've got the Remote Chess Academy, the Chess Nerd, chess website, Agate Matter. Oh, this I believe he's an IM. Alex, yeah, I think he's an IM. Cool. Wow, opening traps. Should we just jump into this one? Maybe lower the volume a bit. It should be, yeah.
What's up and welcome into the 6 best chess opening traps in the Alekhine's defense, which happens after the first moves pawn to e4 and black goes knight to f6. It's one of the popular opening lines. Black is trying to counterattack as soon as they can, and from here white goes pawn to e5, knight d5.
That's what we did.
c4, knight b6, and in this position the main move for white is d4, and after that there is an extensive theory.
It's also what
first trap happens after white keep pushing his pawns and goes
okay.
pawn to c5, taking the knight. Therefore the knight has to retreat back to d5. From here white goes knight to c3, chasing the knight once again. Now let's say black recaptures, you recapture by the pawn, and at this point black may decide to play pawn to d6 because
reasonable-ish.
Indeed, these white central pawns, advanced pawns, pawn on e5 and c5, are restricting black's activity, and black may wish to trade them off and get some more free space for his pieces. At this moment, white has a really interesting move. Bishop goes to g5, which looks...
I'm guessing the trap goes after something like
slightly strange
f6.
At first, but it's got the point, and you'll see why white places his bishop right there in a moment. In this position, naturally black will either take the e5 pawn or the c5 pawn, but you will proceed the same way in either of these two cases. Let's take a look at d takes e5, which is the best alternative for black. And again, if they take the c pawn instead, you'll do, the same idea. You'll execute the same idea anyway. So let's say pawn takes e5. It's the best option for black. And here you play queen goes to...
Interesting. It's quite deep, but the problem always with trap videos is they need to be so specific. The opponent needs to play in a very specific way for them to work.
There is one straightforward idea which your opponent will probably notice, and while you're moving the queen away, you let your rook to stand on d1 on the next move, which will attack black's queen and create some unpleasant pressure onto the black's position. This is the first and the most straightforward threat that white has here. In addition to that, however, white has one more hidden threat which your opponent is very likely to overlook. And if black plays virtually any move, let's say
maybe
knight goes to
here?
d7, trying to capture that pawn as well as attack your queen, or again virtually any other move, you just go bishop goes to c4, and all of a sudden there is no way for black to stop bishop from capturing the f7 pawn, and the black's king is going to be checked.
I feel like my opponent would have played like h6 or f6.
Made either immediately or in the next few moves.
But f6 feels weakening.
Really interesting finish of this game. And once again, what I really love about this trap is that you get a great position here.
But there is this counterattack on white's queen. So take... Oh, well, that's made. But... no, it's not, because the knight's gone. So the king would step up. Okay, yeah.
Regardless of what your opponent plays, okay? And at this point, you can notice why white placed his bishop on g5 in the first move, because now black can't play the natural move pawn to e6, because in this case, your bishop will grab the opponent's queen. Let me just play these moves. Okay, so e6 is not an option because you can grab the queen. And if not e6, then there is no way for black to cover his f7 pawn. And the good thing about this trap, once again, if I just take one move back here, is that even if black is aware of the trap, let's say, it's first of all fairly difficult for them to stop you from going bishop c4, because you can play that after, again, virtually any move of black. And secondly, even if black finds the way to save his king from immediate danger, you're still having a very good attacking position. You'll play rook d1, just finish your development, and for the sake of just one little pawn sacrifice, you're getting huge pressure
The Alekhine is so rare that the chances I forget this
onto black's position, and that is
are quite high.
cool. There
1 second. Okay, my bad.
we go with the trap number 2. Here you play knight to c3 to protect
Let's not learn all 6 in a row, but
pawn on
let's
e4.
stop
Black
after
plays
the second
pawn on
one.
d5, which is something that they play most frequently. Then you capture the pawn on d5, black recaptures, you go bishop c4, taking the knight, so the knight goes back, you retreat with the bishop. So far, both players are playing more or less natural moves. And in this position, black very often plays bishop to g4. And can you find the winning move for white here? Yes, it's bishop takes f7.
Well, let's
Attack
run
pawn
this
on
back.
e4, black plays pawn on d2 position, and that is really cool. There we go with the trap number 2. Here you play
Okay, so in this variation, you don't at all play.
knight to c3 to protect that pawn on e4.
You don't at all
Black plays
push your
pawn on
pawn.
d5, which is something that they play most frequently. Then you capture the pawn on d5, black recaptures, you go bishop c4, taking the knight, so the knight goes back, you retreat with the bishop. So far, both players are playing more or less natural moves. And in this position, black very often plays bishop to g4. And can you find the winning move for white here?
Oh, I'm guessing bishop takes.
Yes, it's bishop takes f7. And I have to confess that once I was trapped like that when I was playing this position as black. And at the time, I think I was already a fairly strong player, maybe a FIDE master. And so far, I trapped so many players myself playing this position as white in exactly this way. And just
Question is, can we remember
both
this?
players are playing more.
I mean, once you're in this position, the trap's fairly obvious.
Then you capture the pawn on d5, black recaptures, you go bishop c4, taking the knight. So
But if the knight takes, which pawn do I capture with? I'm guessing the b pawn, if the knight takes my knight.
Knight goes back, you retreat with the bishop. So far, both players are playing more or less natural moves. And in this position, black very often plays bishop to g4. And can you find the winning move for white here? Yes, it's bishop takes f7. And I have to confess that one.
Okay, so these are 2 traps. Fine, let's remember them in case we face the Alekhine again and keep going. Okay, the Scandinavian. There's one trap I know, I'll go for it. But it almost never works. Also, did they just leave the game? Could be internet, but I don't think it's a frustration, resignation, or not resignation, but exit, because this is the most common move. They just didn't want to play. Okay. The Sicilian. We definitely need to look up for ideas on the Sicilian. I think I was looking at, I already forgot what this gambit's called. But I've forgotten everything, so I will look at it again. I guess. I guess. Where do we retreat to? Maybe here, because there is this. Okay, let's, I suppose, counterattack. How to proceed now? Do I want to prevent this? F3. Let's just play here. Prevent this immediately, though they can do this at some point. Maybe bring the bishop back. Maybe just bring the bishop back. Oh, they do have a check. And if I move my bishop, I may certainly lose this pawn. Like so. But at least there's this pin. Now this could still work out. Question is, do I want to prevent them from taking my bishop with check or not? And I'm not sure. Sure. But this was probably premature. I mean, I do not want to prevent them, though I probably should have. Now how to recapture? I didn't think about this either. I suppose with the pawn. Yeah, I don't think this was that special what I did. Not special at all. Should we just castle? Let's play copycat. Kind of gain a tempo. Interesting. Let's do this anyway. Maybe get my knight here. Maybe also push the d pawn at some point. So we at least get one bishop back. The forcing the issue, which is probably the right thing to do. I don't think this helps even with the check, because this square is protected. We could hop here, then maybe bishop back there. Okay, let us take. I did want to push here at some point, but I guess we'll have to play a move like f3, even though you should never play that move. And they'll likely do this. And I'm not all too pleased, but maybe we can then go for the pin. Okay, they preempt that, but now I suppose we absolutely have to play this, and they'll likely do this anyway. Okay, question is, do I want to do this myself? It is controlled more by them than it is by me. I don't necessarily like hopping in here because of this. I'd like to push, but if my knight is here, I can't do that. But where else how else do I bring my knight to a more useful square? I can't consider f4 because then my e pawn hangs. If takes, I just lose a pawn. And if I bring my knight here, they might use that chance to take the file. So it might have to be like a quiet move. Maybe rook here, and then I can go here or something. If they push here, okay, let's maybe push one of these pawns here. How to capture back? I suppose with the queen, and we'll just find another home or another route for the knight. Don't want to think too long, given that I'm again 47. So I don't think I'll play rapid this stream, but I definitely should next stream to really explore some of these ideas deeper. But maybe also I won't, because rapid is so slow. I guess. Yeah, weird endgame. Not sure how to gain an imbalance. Position's too balanced. Suppose let's take. Didn't know what else to do. Hop in here. Can we push? It's controlled 3 times and only back twice by me, so guess we gotta bring the king. Maybe h4. Maybe h4 is the right idea, but again, not sure. But let's try it. And maybe, well, now not. Maybe h4 was a mistake. Too late now, because the problem with f4 is g4 becomes weak. Maybe we can just hop here now. Although now I definitely don't want to play for this. Could maybe be worth exploring. My knight isn't doing all too much. Okay, I don't know how to react to that. Should we try this? Oh, I hang a pawn. that might be game. That might be game. That unfortunate pawn that I hung. I've got to somehow maneuver and go off the black's pawns. Oh no. Okay, it was the time pressure. It was the time pressure. Yeah, I'm trying not to play on instinct and form active plans in my play, but it's hard to come up with plans when you're bad at chess and don't understand the openings you're playing. We should definitely look at ideas to implement against the Sicilian. Should we look at a Gotham video? The Alapin. Sure. Sure.
Welcome everybody to another Gotham Chess Openings video. In this one, I'm going to show you how to beat one of Black's most famous defenses, the Sicilian, with just one pawn push. Now, that might sound a little bit clickbaity, but I promise you once you discover what's in this video, you will see what I mean. So as always, I've split it into the theory. We will show you how to play the opening specifically, and I've also put the moves in the description for you to copy paste into any PGN reader you'd like or any sort of other software. And then I'm going to take on two of my subscribers in actual live action games. Timestamps on the video player. Let's just jump right into it. So we begin with e4. If you're a d4 player, sorry, it's time to convert. And Black has to play c5 because that's what the Sicilian defense is. Now, why this opening is so useful? Well, Black plays e5 and c5 probably 80% of the time. Like if you're an e4 player, you're going to face one of these two things.
Oh, as the first move, yeah.
Unless you're like in a tournament of Gotham subscribers, then you're going to get a, Caro, a Scandinavian. And
because with the Sicilian, it's usually these two moves.
There's a lot of ways to play the Sicilian. There's ways to avoid d4, like knight c3, g3, bishop g2. That's called the closed Sicilian.
Yeah, I think I want to stay away from the closed because it's positional, and I'm trying to play more dynamic chess.
Play c3. So we're not going to play.
Sorry, I thought someone knocked on my door.
We are going to try to play c3 and put a second pawn in the center. So the two and only two moves in this position for Black that are any good are immediately striking back with d5 and immediately striking
Oh, I like this because it's like the Ponziani.
This pawn with knight to f6. Now, I would say, and I don't know, you guys can tell me in the comments your experience after, you play this opening. I would be willing to bet very few people below the rating of about 1,400, if I had to just throw out a number, are going to consistently play this against you. If you're like 1,100, there's a much higher chance people just go here because they play the Dragon Sicilian, or they're just going to go d6. And against everything that's not that, like
yeah, a lot of Sicilian players playing the knight here.
For example, knight c6,
early.
d4 takes. Like, Black has to play d5. Because if Black does not, if Black plays like g6, you can lose that knight right away. d5. And if the knight goes to the middle, you just trap it.
Wow, that's crazy how quickly that worked.
In fact,
okay, I think the Alapin might be for me. Ponziani and Alapin, my two new e4 openings. If
Black plays like g6, you can lose that knight right away. d5. And if the knight goes to the middle, you just trap it.
Okay, so where else would the knight go?
Knight right away. d5.
This wouldn't work. Oh, well, no, wait. Here, you can kick it again with a3. And then it goes like here, and you can double the pawns. So we'll have to go back,
Five.
and that's sad.
And if-
The thing is, even if I get this position and like black goes back, if black knows what they're doing, and I don't, I can
the
still
knight
so
goes
easily lose
to the
that
middle,
position.
you just trap it. In fact, Ludwig beat Moist Critical just like this recently in PogChamps.
PogChamps, oh my god, what a throwback.
So F4 attacks the knight, and the knight is just gone. And I mean, you know, you're gonna get other games where something like this happens, and this is still considered the best move. But for example, if you know, if black plays like D6 and you go here, well, now this is less good. You don't want to do that because they just take you, but you just develop knight C3, and white is already a lot better. This is not what a Sicilian player wants. Their goal was not to give you 2 center pawns, maybe even a third. You know, like you want to get real aggressive and then prepare E5, knight F3, bishop D3, bishop E3. Remember, the name of this video.
Gotham's moving his 4 minor pieces all next to each other.
How to crush people, right? So
Maybe
crush
I'll do
them.
that.
Don't play all passively. Like, go attack them, right? That is supposed to give you the confidence, right? So if they don't play one of those 2 moves, you put your second pawn in the center, you put the knights out, you put the bishops out, you get in, you attack with your center pawns, and life is good. But what happens if they do strike back? So we're gonna start with D5. You take this bad boy, you just take it, and now they take back with the queen. Now at this point, your game plan is actually very simple. First things first, you're going to play knight F3. So you cannot really play knight C3. You can't eat your own pawn.
That's
even
right.
If it's a bad move.
Same as
So you're going to play knight F3.
the Ponziani.
I don't know how they're going to develop. You will see later, because I'm actually recording this part after I already played my subscribers, because sorcery, but then I can edit this part first. You're going to see that, you know, in general, black will probably put the knights out and pin you. That's probably what you're going to get the most. Your setup will involve a bishop on E2 more
Interesting, okay.
likely than not.
All I need to remember is where the pieces
Because
go.
it's just easy to stop this pin. And this knight is going to jump out to A3. This is a more
Okay.
modern way to play this.
A3.
And then your knight might try to sneak into B5 and to C7.
Okay,
Or
sure.
your knight is going to go to C4 or C2 and then to E3. Also, we
Interesting.
delay the move D4. We
Delay
delay
the
this
move
move
D4.
in this variation. Okay, cool, sounds good. So it
I'm just like the kid in class that's taking notes, but
might look like this.
understands
We play knight
absolutely
A3.
nothing.
they play knight C6, and we play bishop to C4. This is
Oh.
the one version we can actually play the bishop to C4, and then if queen goes back to D8 for
Okay, so only play bishop c4 if you gain a tempo on the
example, we can
queen.
castle.
Gotcha.
and here it's already very dangerous for black. You say, well, how's it?
Yeah, you say that, but
You just pin your knight. I say, well, you just lost the game. Queen B3.
what?
Oops. And now
Really? Because of this double attack or why? Like, I understand the pawn is attacked, but say pawn here? Just because I go after here, like after this pawn?
there's this and there's this. You take on F3, I play check. King D7, and
Okay, but-
I'm destroying you. So be very careful. If black doesn't play quickly with bishop G4, and you can play knight out, bishop out, hitting the queen, and then castle, it can be very dangerous. And if black gets a little bit, you know, too hasty, knight G5. Bye-bye. That's why it's useful to also know the fried liver. That F7 pawn is very vulnerable. If black plays E6, well, that's good for us, because now black's bishop is stuck. Now we can play knight C2 and D4, and we prepare that move D4. And
Okay.
just so you all know, in many positions, you're going to end up with a 3-on-2, ABC versus AB.
Damn.
Considering that both of you are going to castle short, that is called a queenside pawn majority. In all endgames, that's going to be an advantage for white. Why? Because you have more likely a chance to promote a pawn on that side of the board. You just have 3-on-2. And yes, they have 4-on-3 here, but your
But they're
king
closer
is there,
to the
and generally
king.
most of the game is going to be played on that side. The most challenging way to play this, and you'll see this later, is, you know, if they play bishop G4 and you play bishop to E2, and then they just develop like this,
Yeah.
knight to A3 is a perfectly good move. They might play knight C6.
But there's a better
and there's
move?
a couple of ways to play this. So first of all, you can just castle.
Okay.
And then black really decides what to do. Like, again, black might play E6. This is actually exactly how my game looked. I played H3, bishop H5, and then went for D4. There's another way to play this without
Okay.
going for D4. You can play some very tricky move like Queen A4. And the idea of Queen A4 is to rotate this knight to e3 from where it
Okay.
hits the queen and the bishop. That's like the whole idea here, is your queen hits this, and you know, black also
I kind of like this.
has to
Just
be
hope
very
I can
careful
remember
not
it.
to lock away their queen. What I mean by that is, let's say you play knight b5 attacking c7, and black plays bishop d6, thinking like this, you have c4.
Interesting. Yeah.
Oops, the queen is actually stuck. Like the queen
Yeah,
needs to
the
get
queen
out.
can't defend
And in
the...
many situations, the queen will go.
That's a cool idea,
Is,
actually.
let's say you play knight b5 attacking c7,
Yeah.
and black plays bishop d6, thinking like this, you have c4.
Yeah. Wow.
Oops,
That's a
the
trap
queen is
for
actually
sure.
stuck. Like the queen needs to get out. And in many situations, the queen will go back. In fact, you'll see later my opponent does that. So there's a little trick in these positions with the move d4. The point is that when they take, you don't take back yet. You play knight b5. You threaten to go
Okay.
there. They go back.
Wait, if they
With the
take...
move
Yeah.
d4, the point is that when they take, you don't take back yet. You play knight b5. You threaten to go there.
I like this here, because whenever they take, they just kind of lose a tempo. Although, in this case, the knight would hang, but not really, because a fork is threatened.
They go back, and then you take. Okay? This
Oh, okay, okay.
is the transformation of position that you want. Bishop takes, queen takes, knight takes, and knight takes.
Okay, okay,
And we've
okay.
got that 3 on 2. And for example, just as a to show
So
you
this is
how
how
you
like
play
black
this,
quote
you
unquote
can develop the bishop
neutralizes,
out to
but
f4, let's say black castles.
white
And
is
now you're like, well, now what?
pretty
I mean,
decent.
now what indeed? Rook d1, b3, c4. Put that queen on the long diagonal.
Interesting.
Rook c1. Play check.
Fair enough. Okay, should we try this when we get a Sicilian? I could only like do white games since I'm mostly learning white openings, but let's just play both colors. With Caro Khan, I'll try to play quicker, and then against d4, I'm just generally not as good. And then this can also happen where they don't make a move. Okay, so with the Caro Khan, I'll play a bit quicker. Not necessarily go through my thought process. Just blitz through some of these moves. Hopefully inspire some false confidence in my opponent. I should at the very least be relatively good at canceling out White's initiative with the Caro Khan unless I'm playing like a 1500 or a higher rated player. Then there's not much I can do. Okay. I usually kind of... So for the Caro Khan play, it's all about the C file. Okay. I'll just get this bishop out somewhere. They sometimes go for like the king side expansion, but for now I just hop there and I'm okay simplifying. And then my queen will go here, I'll castle. Ask them how they want to defend here. Okay, so I'm attacking this pawn 3 times. But they're defending 3 times, darn. Could go for this. It's a pretty good move. Let's just take the center pawn and castle, I think. Well, not castle if they take with the knight. Okay. Let's castle. I've neutralized them, but they've neutralized me. Should be a kind of even position, because I control the C file, but they have a bit more space. Can they attack my rook? Not immediately. If they move the piece, well, how do we do this? I was hoping to win this pawn, but I don't think I can do that without giving up the exchange. Trade first, then take with bishop. I suppose we take. Maybe here? Just poke at this pawn. They could push, they could take. Let's try this. Okay, how to take back? I'm thinking with the rook. Just to keep this pressure, and at least they can't immediately attack it. Doubling would also be like okay. Would have been okay. But then maybe, yeah. Not super convincing. What I'm doing, that is. But okay, let's double. Maybe I needed to play b5. Yeah, because of this specifically. Suppose we go back. Maybe get the knight here. Yeah, I think that was right. So now I may have to play like b6. Could consider like a6. Not sure about a6, but maybe. Because after b6, there is a5. Okay, let's try a6. I just want to get these white's pawns feel a lot stronger than my pawns because they're more advanced. I just want to get rid of them. Okay, but can't we just take? Am I missing something? What am I missing? Okay, I guess. Okay, but... Oh, okay. Yeah, question is, can I even defend this pawn? Maybe we hop in here and defend with the rook. I might have to. Question is what to do with my pony. This doesn't seem sad if I want to defend my pawn. Or maybe I can push now. I'd also like... But my gut tells me this square is a bit better, but... Maybe this one, because it also controls this, but it's like, it's not sad in the corner. Yeah, guess we have to do this. At least they can't get their bishop here for the time being. But I need something active too. I need to reroute this knight. Maybe like so. What other options do I have? Something like this. Oh, and generally me being down on time is not something I'm like overly worried about. Because it's more about playing the right chess. It's not about out-hustling my opponent. I can do that when I'm playing more competitively. But the emphasis today is on getting better at chess, not beating my opponent. I feel like I'm a bit slow. Maybe I can get my king to play a role in defense. As long as there are no tricks, they could go here. But I don't know if I want to play this weakening move. Maybe. Might come to regret that. It looks quite ugly actually. Yeah. Oh, well, there's nothing immediate. Let's move my king here and maybe here. Since I'm a pawn up, I basically just want to simplify. So let's try that. Jump the issue again. Yeah, I am forced to jump the issue also because of clock. Okay, we should be able to win this pawn fairly swiftly. And with that, we should be able to win the game. Unless we blunder. But two pawns are two pawns after all. How to take back? Okay. That wasn't a choice. I don't think white has sufficient counterplay, and I need to remember that I have 3 seconds increment. Was that a mistake? That may have been a mistake by me. Yeah, this is not the position I wanted. And even this move I regret. As long as I don't lose. Okay. This should still be winning though. It should in fact be easier because there are no knights that I need to constantly, like knight moves that I need to calculate. Yeah, I should have played this like a while ago. Oh well. Should be winning. I'm up a pawn. Okay, let's win these 2 pawns. removing that may have been a bad idea. Okay, this is completely winning. Completely winning. Okay, nice. GG's to my opponent. I think time for me to take a break, confer with a friend, and maybe continue the stream in 15 minutes, or also end it for the day. Since I have no new viewers watching me, I don't feel bad for ending it early-ish, because no one's missing out on anything. Only people missing out are people from the future who will, for some reason, check out random streams of mine from the past. So yeah, time for a break, and maybe see you in a little bit, or maybe see you in a big bit. But either way, however long it appears to me, it may appear to you. You can just click on the next thing. Time passes differently for the viewer than it does for the streamer. Okay.